Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Joey Sparks. That's 2E's Know Why. You heard me, 2E's Know Why. And in this video, we are going to be reacting for the very first time to NF Wake Up. Now, I'm new to NF. I'm about 3 songs deep. About 2 out of those 3 songs I fully on cried. So I'm ready to jump into this. But I wanted to go a little further back on this next one to kind of get like maybe an example from some of his early work. And so I chose this one because it also has some BTS that I can enjoy later as well to maybe answer some of my music videography questions. So if you're ready for me to react to Wake Up by NF for the very first time, then let me know. But first, I gotta play my intro. Coffee sip, yeah. Yeah. All right, click this up, boom. NF, Wake Up. All right. Before we get started, like and comment on all the content, preferably soon as it comes out. That has YouTube placing it higher in the algorithm for longer, and I'll appreciate you for that. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm a music videographer by trade, and I take that POV into all the reactions I do here on the channel. I'm telling you, music videography, right? I also do reviews and unboxings, right? So might as well hit the subscribe button and join the ride, all right? We're a good group, got a nice community here. So let's jump into NF Wake Up. Now, before we get started, let's just see if they give any directors credit here. Get some tour dates. Music video by NF performing Wake Up. Okay, that's not really telling me who else helped, but... tour hope, music video, Wake Up, friend of me. Okay, let's go. Okay.
You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape, 'cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake. If you'd open your eyes, then maybe you'd see what's at stake. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. You make a lot of money and you live in a mansion and pretty much got everything that you could ever imagine. But you feel like even though you got everything in the world, you got nothing. So what you do then is you start going backwards. You run in a direction and you looking for something that isn't real. No, you know it's that you just gotta have it. What you doing is sleeping and thinking that you're awakening and not. And the problem is that you don't know what you're after. So you...
I don't know. From what I know, his mother was, I think, addicted to pills or something like that, maybe even passed from that. I know she passed, but I think possibly from that. And this is one of the earlier videos where maybe he's just kind of making it a little more like, I don't think this is how it was. The video I saw later on, he was describing it looked like they was a little less off compared to this family. But I love how she's looking at these pictures and they're vanishing. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I love doing this. I love putting the artist inside some storytelling cinematic that runs alongside of it, and then occasionally just dropping the artist right in the scene and have them perform for that. I love that.
Backwards, you run in a direction and you looking for something that isn't real. No, you know it's that you just gotta have it. What you doing is sleeping and thinking that you're awakening and not. And the problem is that you don't know what you're after. So you put everything that you have into what you do, hoping that one day maybe you don't have to feel like you're empty. But as you get older, a lot of weight in your shoulders is getting heavy. Then you look back and you start to
Great shot.
Great things. You only get one life, and every time you look into yours, you feel like everything you have is a waste. And the problem and the reason you can never feel a hole in your life is because you were never awake. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape.
People are like, well, whoa, what's so great about it? It's just perfect. It's on the left third line or whatever, the left vertical line. Like, look at it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's crisp.
'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
Love the emotion and passion he's putting in this, probably because it's so like, you know, like personally connected to him. It's kicking, like, and it's understandably so, you know.
You wake up in the morning but feel like you never got up and go
That's
to work.
what I thought was
Feeling like you ain't got a purpose. And you trying to get motivated, but everything you do turns into a mess. Like you ain't nothing but worthless. And yo, you look around, a lot of these other people you looking at, to you describe as perfect. So you point a finger at God and tell him to do his job and fix your life up, cause nothing is working. And you would try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing, but really you feel like everything is crashing around you. And you developed a problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would mentally pound you. You only get one life, but every time you look into yours, you feel like all you ever see are mistakes. And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake. Wake up. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape.
Okay, let's go. Like, great acting out of this cat
You
here.
live your life in a coma, you never awake.
Like, he really given like every commitment to this aggression in this car.
Crashing around you, and you developed a problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would mentally pound you. You only get one life, but every time you look into yours, you feel like all you ever see are mistakes. And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake. Wake up. You spend your life in a dream that
right
you
here.
can't escape.
Like, come on, like, not fucking now.
'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
Something silly that I.
'Cause you live your life in a.
Alright, you see right here, the digital numbers from microwave displays and oven displays. Somebody who films real estate just drives me nuts. That it, like, why I can't just film what it's supposed to look like.
Coma,
Look at it.
you never awake.
Videographer's filming. Let's go.
You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. 'Cause you live your life in a coma, you're never awake.
I think he's just kind of showing, you know, multiple people going through that either chemical dependency or liquor dependency or whatever it is. Oh shit. Turned into an old man and an old woman just chilling here. Yo, who that? Damn. So he started off pretty deep because this was in 2015, right? And there wasn't much before this. There was like there was an album before this, and I'm not always gonna be like rushing to check out the audio songs from him as much as I'm gonna want to check out the music videography side of it, just because he brings so much production value to it. It always looks professionally shot, completely through and through. And here's something that like a lot of artists don't understand is like, you should all strive to shoot that professionally, because then that'll force you to give the best idea, and you won't just go, yeah, what about filming me in the kitchen with my boys with a bunch of guns and money for my rap song? No, like make you know, emotional attaching music that people can get behind or like feel or something like that, and then invest and shoot it well so the visuals go with it, especially in today's day and age where, like I said, you had these reactors react to stuff and stuff like that, and it can like literally like add that many more eyes onto something if you give them something to look at. So it's just my little food for thought as a music videographer. And then once you get up there, you got to keep showing that. You can't once go like, yo, I had, whatever director filmed this, and then come back with DD from around the block. Like it's not gonna. People are gonna be like, oh, you either lost money or you fell out with your other videographer, you couldn't pay them. That's what a lot of people think. It's like, oh, you can't pay for good stuff no more, so you're getting cheap stuff and just putting it out. So either stay with your cheap shit right off the jump, or understand folks like this who put a little quality into it. Like, I mean, he had actors and actresses, even older versions and younger versions of them. He had to have a kid there. He had to rent out a Airbnb so he could have a crib. He also needed to have like a messy crib somewhere, so they had to mess up some stuff and like almost like a break house, a break room or something like that. Like, that's a lot of production value, and you should be wanting us to, and that's what had me locked in for this whole time. Like, like, hey man, don't be absent from the family you got in front of you, your whole life that you build, because you either depended on something. And I'm only assuming that he's talking about dependent, but I'm sure the song could be taken for anybody who's preoccupied with one thing while they're ignoring their family on the other, if that makes sense. So we're not all above like re-looking at how we look at things and reevaluating our own personal life and decisions. And so, like, when someone's vulnerable like this, and it's like, yo, this is kind of what I went through, and I wish they would have just waked up. You know what I mean? Like, some people can have that. Okay, maybe I need to, shake my person a little. Like someone who I need woken up, maybe I need to shake them a little bit harder, or find another tactic to try and get them to wake up a little bit more, just help some way. Or somebody who has been asleep and they see this and they can see how, like, oh, the people I was slip on, they're always nice to me and they tell me don't worry about it. But here's an example of somebody who is obviously filled with rage off that. And maybe my person who says it's okay is lying for me, so they're protecting my feelings, and maybe I should be real with them, and they'd love to hear it too. You'd be like, man, I know it's got to be frustrating, and then they go, thank you, because it was, and I never want to hurt your feelings with that, but like, if you can admit it, I need to say it too, like, hey, sorry, apologies, and being real with mistakes and trying to change for the better is a it's a deeper conversation, and you have to, at some point in time in your maturing process. And trust me, I'm way too old. I think some of this stuff, self-realization, should have been done for me a decade ago. But you got to get to some point where you look inward and you go, hey man, what do I think could be wrong with me? What would I like to see better? And not be afraid to take the steps to change it. And so, like I said, for people who want to have that opportunity, NF makes some great song topics for that. So, if you enjoyed any part of this reaction, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Once again, music videographer, and I'm an empath, and I take that POV into these reactions, okay? Also, like and comment on the content as soon as it comes out so I stay in that algorithm longer, and I'll appreciate y'all. High five y'all, pound. I'll say what's up to you in the comments when I get a chance. Yo, until the next video, I holla. Peace.